Hey everyone, it's time for me to do some studies, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to share with you how I draw hands and maybe give you like a mini tutorial. Now, this isn't going to be an in-depth anatomy class on hands, and I'm not a teacher, but I think this way works for me, and it's quite an effective way to get your ideas down on paper quickly without worrying too much about all the intricate details of hands. So yeah, I hope that you find this video useful. Now, I don't often go down the more realism kind of route. I think I tend to stop the detail at a certain point just because I quite like the more stylized, cartoony look. Or maybe I'm lazy and I just can't be bothered to add insane levels of detail. Either way, this method is super helpful. So I've broken up the hand into, I'm going to say 3 parts. Just the palm being a box or a square, and then the thumb joint is sort of like a triangle which can open, close, and of course pivot around the joint that it comes from. And finally the fingers and the thumb. Each their own thing really, but I think you can start off with a basic shape that encompasses all the fingers and then eventually find the fingers within that shape. The middle finger is always usually the longest, so it's kind of like this off-center triangle. And as seen in this skeleton hand drawing, you can see how the knuckles and the joints kind of expand in this way, where the middle finger stretches out longer and the others follow. Now I'm just adding some flesh around this hand, and then I'd like to show you my method of making a hand look kind of old. As you get older, I think your joints continue to grow or something, which results in pretty bulbous knuckles and joints. And I think it does a really good job in making any hand look kind of old, or feel kind of bad saying it, but this is a good way to make a hand look kind of scary too. Now, learning to draw hands can definitely feel very daunting at the beginning, because they're obviously very detailed, there's loads of joints and weird muscles and stuff, but I do feel like you can get away with not delving too deep into it. Obviously it's good to have spent time studying hands and all the intricate bits, because then drawing them more simply it comes way naturally to you. So I do recommend studying hands too, and the anatomy of them, but I think you can sort of get away without spending too much time studying all the intricacies of the hand, and just start simple and then gradually build upon your knowledge. Because I think the more time you spend drawing hands, you'll of course pick up more and more information as you're studying them, and you'll start to pick out which bits of information you like the look of and you want to show off in your drawings. It's also very important to remember that you usually have hands, so you can use them as reference too, and that's super powerful. You can put them in any rotation you want and any pose. So yeah, I think definitely use your own body for reference too. Now with these hand drawings on this page, I'm sort of using what information I've given you to apply them to these different drawings, that some are from reference and some are just from imagination, just seeing what I can do with the hand and testing that part of my brain. Now, I'm definitely no expert at drawing hands. I don't feel super confident in especially drawing fists, like closed fists with detail. I usually keep them quite simple, so this one is with reference, which I think turned out cool. It's just quite hard to really make it look as if the hand's being squeezed. You've really got to, like, I don't know, make the muscles seem a bit more bulging, like the big thumb muscle. And then maybe also you could emphasize some veins on the arm or something to suggest that there's blood being pumped to the fist. I guess if you're just starting out learning to draw hands, my biggest recommendation would be to always have hands in front of you, always have reference of the hand you're drawing, or at least just other images of hands that you're able to keep returning to make your hands feel more believable. And most importantly, get the proportions right, because I think as long as the proportions are right, you can do whatever you want with hands, and you can start to play around with the proportions and make them look a little bit more freaky. That's one of my favourite things to do, is to manipulate the anatomy of the human or the animal, and just to see what you can do with it and see how far you can push it. Maybe I'll make another video in the future of just messing around with the anatomy and trying to apply it to a creature design of mine or something. It's very important to try and imagine the hand in a 3D space, and personally I think the best way to start that is by starting with the palm, and like I said earlier in the video, is a kind of box shape or maybe like a square. So I usually start with the square first and imagine it in the 3D space and have it at an angle, and then eventually I add the fingers and the thumb and then the wrist. That's usually my preferred way of doing it. I think I can quite quickly visualize the direction of the hand once I can see the simple square representing the palm in the 3D space. Now, if you are new to my channel, I am currently working on a comic book that I really hope I can release the first episode this year, and I'm sharing my progress with you along the way, making little videos about first drafts and creature designs and character designs and whatever else I decide I want to make a video about. Now, I've never actually made a comic book before, but I just think as an artist it's such a good way to present your work, and it's kind of like an art book but that tells more of a story. So if that sounds like something you might find quite interesting, then please check it out and let me know what you think. I think it's really great practice just to try and fill a page up with a bunch of different hand poses, whether they're from the imagination or if they're studies from pictures or your own hand. It's a great way to get out of that art block funk that we all find ourselves in every once in a while. And also I think the end result is kind of satisfying, especially when you're trying to Tetris them all in together. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found it useful. I've never made a video like this before, of some kind of tutorial, so it's all new to me, and I just hope that I got the information across well enough. So all feedback is welcome, because I would love to get better at teaching, and it's something that I would consider doing in the future once I'm a little bit more confident and I've got some more experience under my belt. Of course there is a lot more to drawing hands than what I've said, but I think this is a good start, just to break the hands down into their simplest forms. But I do recommend studying hands and even the fundamentals of drawing, like 3D space and perspective, and how lighting works. But as long as you've broken the subjects down into its simplest forms, then it should be a lot easier for you to digest. So yeah, if you did enjoy the video, please consider giving it a like and let me know what you liked about it, maybe what even could be better. And if you'd like to see some of my other videos, here are some links to some previous ones. Okay, thank you. Bye.